it's Jen. Welcome back. So today we're going to talk about my stats for quarter two. These videos are fun for me to make. I love making the graphics. I love looking at the numbers. It's just fun for me. So I hope you enjoy this. We're also going to check in with how my reading goals are going so far, halfway into the year. And yeah, I'm in a different location. If you haven't noticed, we're in my bedroom today because they are finally finishing the stairs with my flooring. Everything else has been done, but they were waiting for some more wood to come in. So they're working on the stairs. You may hear the occasional staple gun, so I apologize in advance for that, but I can't get downstairs. I'm kind of stuck up here for now. So that being said, let's get started. So the number of books, how many books have I read so far this year? The number is 48 books. Now, quarter two, I read 26 books. And in quarter one is 22. So this quarter, so April, May, and June, I have read 4 more books this quarter than the beginning of the year. Pretty happy with those numbers. Next is how many pages have I read? I have read 17,039 pages so far this year. In quarter two alone, it was 9,306, which is about, well, exactly 1,573 more than quarter one. And that tracks because I read about 4 more books this quarter than, compared to quarter one. And the average book length that I read are between like 350 and 450 pages. And so 4 books at that is anywhere between the range of 1,200 and 1,600 pages. So that tracks exactly with my reading. So that's kind of cool. Let's talk about star ratings. So for 5 stars in quarter two, I have had 8 5-star books. In quarter one, I had 7, so that's a total of 15 5-star books so far this year, which is awesome. 4-star, which tends to be my highest number throughout the years. Quarter two, I've read 13 4-star books, and quarter one was 7, so almost double, total of 20 4-star books so far this year. 3-star, quarter two, we have 3, and quarter one, we had 7, a total of 10. 2 stars, quarter two, only 1 book, and quarter one, 1 book, so a total of 2. No 1 stars so far this year, but quarter one, I did DNF a book, have not DNF'd any this quarter. So there is that. The average for quarter one, January, February, March overall is 3.97, and the average for quarter two is 4.1. So a little bit higher, but basically the same, given that there was 4 more books that kind of affected that rating. February was my worst reading month so far this year, hoping it is the worst reading month the entire year. That would be great, so just have that behind me. Okay, so next up, let's talk about my genres. So as you can see, quarter two, mystery, thriller, I kind of just put those together. We're at 47.9%, romance 16.7%, fantasy / magical books, magical realism falls in there as well, 10.4%, historical fiction, 8.3%, contemporary general fiction, 14.6%, and then sci-fi, 2.1%, which I didn't read any sci-fi quarter one. Compared to quarter one, the mystery thriller went up from 45, romance went down from 20, fantasy magic went down from 15 to 10.4, historical fiction also went down, and contemporary general fiction went up 4%, sci-fi obviously went up. So again, I'm just a nerd. I like stats. I think it's fun. So there you have those. Goals check-in. Okay, so my Goodreads goal is 100 books this year. I'm at 48. I'm 2 behind. I was 3 behind quarter one. I'm pretty sure in the month of July I'll be able to catch up with that. Because I just have a little more time to read June and July, like I said before, because of where I work at a school, so not worried about that. My unofficial goal of trying to get 2 videos up a week for everyone is going really well. I think there's been 2 weeks that I've only done 1 video. I can't remember in quarter one, but quarter two, there was a week in May that I only got up 1 that week. Life just happens. I do this because obviously I love talking about books, but also it's fun for me. I like talking about books. I like the editing part. I like making the thumbnails and getting you the content, talking to you guys in the chat below, comments below, and I love all of it. So it's just fun. It's fun, and if I can't get 2 videos up a week because life happens, I'm not going to be hard on myself. I'm not going to let that discourage me, because if it's not fun, it would feel like a job, right? And I already have one of those. So, okay, moving on. My series goal, how am I doing there? There was a total of 15 books that I put on my series goal for this year. I'm doing horrible. Quarter 1, I read 1 book. I have not read anything in quarter 2. Technically, I reread Beartown because that trilogy was on my list. So I reread Beartown, but I'm not really counting that because into that 15 because I've already read it. So it was so long ago though, I wanted to do a reread, so I did do that. But yeah, so I think for quarter 3 and quarter 4, I'm obviously going to try to make these more of a priority, like really try to make the effort in my reading planning for each month. So quarter 3 and quarter 4. So quarter 3, I want to try to finish book 6 and 7 of Harry Potter. Also read the first one of Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas, which is House of Earth and Blood, to see how I like that. And then quarter 4, I'm going to focus on the Beartown series, so Us Against You and the Winners, so books 2 and 3, and then books 2 and 3 of the Inheritance Games. Both of those feel more like wintry reads to me anyways, so we're going to go with that. 1 book per month on my Kindle, which would be 6 books this year. I've read 5. I got behind. Again, think I'm gonna be able to catch up with that. I'm going to California, which is where I am actually from. I've only lived in Ohio 5 years now, but my kids and I are going to California to visit family and friends and go to the beach and have fun. So when I travel, I just bring my Kindle. So I know for sure I'll read 2 books on my Kindle because usually I read 1 on the way there, 1 on the way back, give or take, and not to mention all the beach time I'm gonna have. So I'm definitely gonna catch up on my Kindle reads that week. I'm there for 10 days. So yeah, going to the beach and then driving up to Bass Lake, which is by Yosemite. We have a family home there and we're going to the lake for a few days. So it should be a lot of fun. It'll be so nice to see family that I haven't seen in a while. So I'm excited about that. All right, back on track. All right, my next goal I had was to read through at least half of my book of the month books that I already own. I paused my subscription. I was feeling a little overwhelmed. I was finding myself more excited about the add-on picks, and usually those add-on picks I had pre-ordered. They were the bigger books, bigger authors, excuse me. And so I just decided to kind of put it on pause. I definitely probably will pick up book of the month again because 9 times out of 10, it's a 4 or 5 star read. They do such a good job picking out their selections for each month, and it's so fun to pick one out and look forward to that being delivered to your house, of course. But I was feeling overwhelmed by how many books I owned that I haven't read, so that slowed me down a little bit. At the beginning of the year, it was 32. So my goal would be 16 books. Half of 16 is 8. I'm actually at 9. So quarter 2, I read 5. Quarter 1 was 4. Which obviously makes 9. So I'm actually ahead by a book on that one. So I'm very proud of myself. Maybe I will even get through more than half of my owned book of the month books this year. We'll see. So there is that. In quarter 2, the book of the month books that I owned that I read were Happiness Falls by Angie Kim, The Frozen River by Ariel Lawhon, Only If You're Lucky by Stacy Willingham, The Fury, Alex Michaelides, and The Connelleys of County Down by Tracy Lange. And all of those I really enjoyed. Frozen River, as you guys know from a previous video, so far is my favorite of the year. And the rest of them I gave 4 or 5 stars. So good. Like I said, book of the month, you really can't go wrong. If you haven't tried that book subscription, it's great. You should try it out. Okay. Now, not so much a goal, but I have these book challenges that I have made in my reading journal that I do every year. One of them is the On the Cover challenge. So there's just different things on the cover that I have to find and read. There were 16 prompts for that, and I've read 7, so pretty good, almost halfway there. My online book club through Facebook called We Be Bookin' that I'm a part of, they have this year-long reading challenge, and each month they put out 3 different prompts for you to be able to read, and if you do, you turn it in, and then you get like a drawing into reading, like, they'll put your name into a drawing to earn like a gift card to Amazon or Barnes & Noble, those kinds of things, bookish goodies. So So far, with 6 months, that's a total of 18 prompts, and I have read 10. So, you know, more than half by one, so that's good. I don't really try to plan my TBR around that. It's more like, okay, what did I read this month? Did one of those fit? And 9 times out of 10, obviously, well, 10 times out of 18, they kind of match up. So that's a fun one. For my buzzword challenge, so again, that's books and Lala. We're in June, 6 different prompts. I have read 5. The one I didn't do was May. May was every in the title, and I was planning on reading Everything We Didn't Say by Nicola Bart. I actually have the paper or the dust jacket right here. So that one is still on my plans to read, to get caught up, so plan on doing that. But you know, that's one that I purposely pick out every month. Okay, what am I doing for buzzwords? So that's always fun. I found a Taylor Swift prompt based on each of her songs, or some of her songs. It was actually from a different year, and I just put it in my journal. There are 25 prompts for that, and I have filled books with 16 of those 25. Again, I just kind of, what did I read? Do any of them match? Plug it in. Obviously, towards the end of the year, I might have to be more purposeful on trying to fill some of these challenges. But it just makes reading fun. It helps me narrow down what I'm going to read next sometimes, and it makes it fun. I love it. Last one is my priority reads, which you guys know I do that spin with you for my TBR each month. That one I'm on track. I have read all 6 of the 6 that I have spun, so I'm feeling good about that. So yeah, there you have it. Those are my stats. That's how I'm doing. It's going well. It's not going as good as it could be, I guess. I am behind on some of those goals, but overall, like I've said probably a couple times on this channel, I set these goals and challenges to just guide my reading and to have fun with it. I don't take it that seriously. I'm not going to, you know, put myself on a book buying ban or anything crazy for not meeting all the challenges. But I hope you enjoyed the video. It was great fun putting this together. Like I said, I'm a nerd. I like looking at the numbers and just kind of looking back at my reading so far. But yeah, moving forward, series is going to be a main priority for me. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your busy day to watch my video, and I will see you in the next one. Happy reading. Bye.